Hi everyone, welcome to top 6 things that you need as a tech dad. So, the first thing that I would recommend as a tech dad is getting a bottle sterilizing machine. Now, this has saved my life on numerous occasions, right? Now, for your baby, they need warm milk, they need it sterilized, they need the bottles clean. It's a huge task, and when they're on about 6, 7, 8 feeds a day, oh my god, it is a task and a half. So we got a bottle sterilizing machine that I would wash the bottles, I put them in, sterilize them, and they'd be sterile for about 24 hours until you open the lid, and whatnot. But it saves so much time. It saved us having to boil water, put the bottles in the water, or even just soak them in water and then rinse them. So we got the bottle sterilizing machine, and it worked really well. We started using it from about 6 months onwards, and it really, really did save my backside so much. Saved me so much time, especially late at night when you're tired. You're done with the day, all you want to do is go to bed. So you just clean the bottles, put them in the machine, turn it on, and off you go. And then they're ready to use in the morning when you need them. Number 5 is a bottle prep machine. Now, a bottle prep machine is, you can get so many different brands. We had a Tommy Tippy one. And what it does is you put the powder in the bottle, put the bottle on the stand, just kind of like a coffee machine, right? And fills it with hot water. You then shake the bottle, mix it however you want to do it. They tell you not to get too much air in milk, so the baby doesn't get gassy. But you just mix the bottle with the powder in, and then put it back on the machine, and it chops it off with cold water. You wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Baby's crying. Baby's hungry. You need to make a bottle. The last thing you want to do is heat the water up, put it in, make the milk, and then wait for it to cool down. This is perfectly temperate milk. Perfectly temperate milk. Yeah, the milk's the perfect temperature. Again, saves a ton of time, but also it just means that when you're tired, you don't have to think much. We used to put our milk, we still do, we put it in, we scoop the milk out and put it in a container so that they're in ready-made serving sizes. On the machine, you just go through the settings, decide what serving size you want, 5, 6, 7, 8 ounces, and you just put the right amount of powder in and it makes it for you. So that's number 5, and those are 2 key things that I would absolutely recommend to any parent, right? Now, number 4 has to be the smart kettle. I've spoken about it a few times, but honestly, I drink a lot of coffee. There were times when I would drink 2 or 3 cups of coffee in a row at the early stages of a newborn life with a baby, and I needed coffee all the time. I love my coffee really hot, but you just don't always have the ability to go to the coffee machine or go to the kettle, turn it on, because, well, as a parent, you're busy. Your life's been turned upside down. 1 minute you're here, next minute you're there. Baby's sick, baby's crying, baby's needs a nappy change. You don't know what you're doing at any minute of the day. So knowing that you can turn the kettle on, you can keep it hot for about 2 hours at a set temperature that you like, so that the coffee's drinkable, the tea's drinkable, it is a game changer. Absolute game changer. Now, there's not a day I don't use it. When people come over, it's quite fun. You get to say, Alexa, turn the kettle on. There we go. It's turned on. You get to do things like that, show you little tricks off. Alexa, turn the kettle off. You get to do that as well. And people are just, it's a conversation starter, but more than anything, it really is a game changer. I get hot coffees on demand. I just say when I want it and I'll get it done. You can also set routines as well. If you wake up at 6 o'clock every day, before the baby's even awake, you can have it boiled for 6 o'clock. So when you go downstairs, just pour in the coffee, pour in the hot water into the coffee, and you're good to go until the baby wakes up as soon as you sit down. As is the case with our child. Every time I go downstairs for a coffee, as soon as I sit down, I sit. She moves and she's awake, and I go upstairs, I come down, and I have a moderately warm coffee rather than a nice, fresh, hot coffee. But that's not the kettle's problem. That's my problem. Right, number 3, it's an Apple TV. Right, now this isn't parent related, but as a tech dad, I love tech and I love TV, and combine the two, you've got the Apple TV. I've got a 65-inch OLED screen TV from LG. It is absolutely the best screen I've ever seen in my life. I love watching films on it, TV shows on it, music videos on YouTube, whatnot. I watch YouTube all day long, and I get to watch it on such a nice TV. And I've got Apple TV. So with Apple TV, obviously you've got all the apps on there. And what we noticed was that we would stop, but we weren't really watching TV a lot. I was just watching sports, right? And sports in 4K is absolutely amazing. I was just watching sports, but what we actually ended up doing was we bought the Apple TV, realized we just stream a lot of TV, movies, shows, whatnot, and we cancelled our Sky subscription. So we're actually saving £70 a month on Sky because we don't have to use it anymore because we just use all the streaming services. Costs us ultimately about per month, about half for that. But we were paying the streaming services and Sky at one point, but now we're just paying for the streaming services. So we're saving a lot of money in that sense. And honestly, the picture quality is amazing. We put music on all day long. I've got Spotify on there. We listen to music. We do a little bit of dance around the house with the baby. She loves it. We love it. And it's just good all around. Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, HDR, everything that you could ever need from a media box, from a TV. You get it from the Apple TV. You get it from the Apple TV box. You get it from the LG OLED TV. Honestly, it really is just the ultimate like viewing experience in a house that I've ever experienced. Now, it's not the best thing in the world, but honestly, for me, it's the best viewing experience I've ever had. Right, that takes me to number 2. Number 2 is the iPad. Now, as a dad, as you all know, you are super busy. If you're not working, you're doing stuff around the house. If you're not doing stuff around the house, you're with the baby. If you're not with the baby, you're with your wife. And if you're not doing that, you're doing one of those 4 things, right? Or you're in the toilet catching a break. But that's why the iPad is so important. No, not so you can watch it when you're in the toilet, scroll through YouTube or read the news and take your break. It's so good because you can take it anywhere, right? It's so portable, so light, so easy to move with you. I've got the Magic Keyboard on it, makes it heavier, but it's still smaller than my MacBook Pro. And I've got a 16-inch MacBook Pro, which honestly isn't very dad-friendly when you're watching the baby. It's so big, you can't see the baby sometimes, you've got to look around. The iPad smaller on your lap, but also just you can use the iPad in your hand, right? You don't need it on your lap. So I find myself just playing around with it. It's on my lap, scroll around, take it off the keyboard, play around, do what I need to do. I don't necessarily need a laptop all the time, so the iPad really does fit the bill for that. I can go online, I can check work stuff, I can do my browsing, I can do video editing, so this video will be edited on my iPad. It's just really, really convenient because you don't always get time to sit at a table on a laptop or sit on the sofa with a laptop because you're always doing things in and out. So the iPad really is such a good device. If you're a dad, if you're a parent, you can get so much done. You can take it with you. You go to someone's house, it's easy to take it there as well. It's light, it travels well, doesn't take up too much space. Especially the new one, I've got the M4 iPad Pro and I've got the 13-inch one so that it's between a small tablet and a laptop. I've been using it every day since I've got it. The novelty hasn't worn off because it's so useful and so usable, and it just really has integrated itself into my daily workflow. Last but not least, the number 1 item that I have to recommend to any parent after the milk sterilizing machine, after the bottle sterilizing machine, the milk prep machine, after those 2 items, after the TV, the kettle, the iPad, I really, really, really do have to say, as a parent, you need a smartphone. Now, why do you need a smartphone? Well, our baby's coming up to 11 months. We've got over 10,000 photos and videos in 11 months. We've both got iPhones. My wife used to have an Android phone. But we tried making a shared album, we tried doing a shared library, and it just got a bit clunky. I had to use Google Photos. She was using a Samsung, so had the Samsung app, not the Google Photos app. Then we had to use that. And it was just getting so complicated. So when she got an iPhone, we set up a shared library on my iCloud. Now I've got iCloud, I've got a big subscription, I've got a family. So I've added my wife to it and we've got a shared library now. So what that means is that when I'm at home, automatically any photo, any video I take, it ends up in the shared library for her to see once iCloud is synced, which is usually there and then, unless your battery is really low or unless you're traveling and so on and you're not connected to Wi-Fi, or there's loads of photos. So we do that. Now there's not a moment in the day that either of us misses. I was at work today and I was able to just go through the photos app. I do this every time I go to work. I look at the gallery, missing my daughter a lot, so I go through the photos, look, check what they've been up to in the day, see if they've done anything fun, see if there's any cute photos. and it's just so useful. We found that on the iPhone it works really well. Now you can probably do the same thing if you have Android phones, or if you've got Android and an iPhone. I'm sure there's a really easy way to do it, but we found that having two iPhones, my wife using an iPhone, I've been using an iPhone for years, using the Apple Photos app, the camera, it just all worked really well. It syncs really well. There's not a time where I'm like, oh, can you do that? Can you do this? Usually when she adds her photos that she's taken out and about into the shared library, it doesn't really take long, about a couple of minutes max. So for us, the phone has probably been the biggest thing that we've really seen the most benefit from. We've captured so many moments, from like the first time she crawled, the first time she rolled, all the FaceTime calls that we do with our family that are in Scotland and other countries, and just people you don't get to see on a daily basis. We're able to do so much with the phone. And I don't use the phone as my personal phone anymore. I use it to just capture moments. In the morning, I'll take videos, I'll take pictures of me and the little one. We'll just be playing around. She doesn't really use the phone, so we don't actually give it to her to use. We just use it to capture moments, take videos, to play some music sometimes if we want to play some music. But really, without the phone, we would have missed out on all of those moments. We wouldn't have a collection of them. We wouldn't be able to watch them back. And one thing that we actually do is that, because obviously Apple TV syncs with iCloud, we pull up the photos on the Apple TV, we watch them some nights, we'll just talk about, oh my God, I can't believe time's gone so fast. And actually sometimes we'll just put the pictures on the TV, and our little baby, she'll just watch it and start laughing and start enjoying them, because she really loves looking at pictures and videos of herself and everyone else. So that's really why the iPhone, for me and my wife, has probably been the best thing that we've got. One, as a tech dad, well, because I love it, but two, as parents, because it means that we can share these moments seamlessly, easily, and we never miss a thing. So those are 6 things that you need as a dad. Those are they? There's probably more, but those are 6 things that you need as a dad. Now, watch out for the next video. I'll be talking about who knows what and who knows when, because I'm busy, I'm a tech dad, and we don't know what life's gonna throw up. Baby could be teething one day, could be sick another day, who knows? But watch out for more content. Please give this video a like, subscribe, a notification, all that fun stuff, and please leave a comment and let me know if you want to see anything in particular.